Hello friends. Today we'll discuss in brief what is the Magna Carta. A part of our various topics under the study law in India law. The Magna Carta, as the word says, the Magna means the great, and the Carta means the charter. Okay, so the Magna Carta is nothing but a great charter. A charter is the one any written document which has been given through an authority, a sovereignty for implementation. So any charter is an official document given by the authority. So the Magna Carta means the greatest document that is accepted by a sovereign authority for implementation in the interest of the public. Okay, so what is this Magna Carta and why this has come? Just to know in brief about the background, as we know, the British were the rulers. Almost, they were prevailing throughout the world from time to time, and this is a story somewhere in the 11th and 12th century. Okay, during the 11th and 12th century, the rulers or the kings of the British, and their ruling was it was their own free way of doing the things, and whatever they think, whatever they control, they have decided that they will go with their own way, where the king is everything, and any law is only for the general public and not for the king. There is a common word that rex is a lex, that means king is the law. Okay, and because of these things, there are so many problems were there, and the public were not happy, and a situation has come. There was almost like a civil war was to erupt in England during the end of 12th century and the beginning of the 13th century. And King John was the king during that time. And when King John took the coronation, he was having different type of his own principles. Although he was considered that he is the best king with a lot of strict rules and all that, again, like any other king, he has his own whims and fancies. Due to which, then he started slowly alienating some of the public, some of the nobles, some of the churches to have the extra control, and which made the all other segments of the society were not satisfied with his rule, during which even the neighboring countries tried to help the public in defeating the king and taking away his forts and other properties. So in such case, when the king has realized his power is slowly diminishing, then he came for a compromise. When he came for a compromise, then he started thinking that there should be something to be done. So it was one of the historic judgment day where the king, along with the other church and other authorities, they sat together in a place called Runnymede, which is nearer to the Windsor in England. And the day was June 15th, 2015, during which the King John has signed a charter. This is the charter of the principles, which is called a Magna Carta. It is the first recognized Magna Carta, that means it is the first recognized law given by a sovereign authority for the public. Because of this, the law which was prevailing earlier, that rex is a lex, that means the king is the law, has slowly turned out to the law is a king, that is the lex is the rex. Okay, and because of this one, slowly while the implementation, subsequently this has started with a rule of law. This is the background for the Magna Carta. Why it was created? So this was created only to avoid the revolt from the nobles and churches, together with the supporting of the neighboring kings and the other administrators. And this charter subsequently, after King John has signed on June 15, 2015, it was modified to, 1215, June 15, 1215. It was modified subsequently by other kings also. It was reissued in 1216, 1217, 1225 with a modifications, albeit mostly the diluting some of the rules that were framed. but that did not really have much with the concept or the principle behind the Magna Carta. Then what is the significance of the Magna Carta? See, the Magna Carta has resulted in that everyone is equal to the law, even with the power of a king also he is equal to the law. And Magna Carta guarantees the rights to the individuals and also the justice and fair trial to all. These are some of the significant impacts of the Magna Carta. And its effectiveness is so much, although it was there in 12th and 13th century, then subsequently this has spread out throughout the world in a different countries, which has helped the people, particularly civilians, in their own civil laws. Even it resulted in various revolutions. Ultimately, there are so many bills were found for the constitutional purpose, like a habeas corpus or a bill of rights. Even the American freedom or French Revolution were also used through this Magna Carta principles. And is it relevant today? Yes, it is relevant today, because although it is almost 800 centuries ago, the concepts were developed, uh, although it was through a force of the public by the king. Now this has become a common law, and whenever any law goes against the people, this is the spirit that the public force the government and authority to change the laws to suit the convenience of the public in a democratic way and a social way. Okay, so the fundamental principles and the spirits of this Magna Carta is still a guiding force for many laws. In fact, the Article 14 of Indian Constitution, although it is basically taken from the other countries like USA and UK, the spirit behind this Article 14 is also Magna Carta. So that the Magna Carta, which was signed on June 15th, 1215 by King John, has paved a way to a new way of the laws for the public. That way, the significance of Magna Carta is still existing. Thank you.